Good evening. I'll now call the City of Cannon Falls City Council meeting for Tuesday, October the 21st to order. Roll call.
Duncan.
Here.
Holst.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Madsen. McCusker. Schoblum.
Here.
Mayor Robinson.
Here. All please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the City Council meeting for October. At this time, the chair will take a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
So moved.
I will second that.
I have a motion by Merle and a second by Bill. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That moves us on to item 5 this evening, public input. Citizens may speak to issues not on the agenda. Before speaking, please give your name and address for the minutes, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone wishing to speak to the council on anything not on the agenda? Seeing as there is no one here that wishes to do that, we will move on to the consent agenda. Items of this area of the agenda may be adopted, or they may be placed on the business area of the agenda for discussion purposes before approving. For those folks at home, I'll read the consent agenda. Item A is adjusting correct claims for the accounting period ending October the 15th, 2014. Item B are the meeting minutes for October 7th, 2014 City Council meeting. Item C, Resolution 2102, authorizing acceptance of a monetary donation from the AgStar Fund for the Rural America to Ambulance Department. Item D, Resolution 2103, accepting monetary donation for the Fire Department. Item E, control burn at Public Works. Item F, Resolution 2104, receiving feasibility report on the 2015 West Side 2 Improvement Project. Item G is approval of encroachment agreement for Allied Valve expansion. And item H is Resolution 2105, authorizing 2015 city license renewals. Are there any issues or any items anybody would like to bring down?
I'd like to bring C down.
Okay, we will bring down item 6C will now become item 7A, which is Resolution 2102.
I just have a quick question for our chief. For the licensing renewals, have we had any complaints or any issues with any of them?
No. I'm assuming you're requesting specifically where we would be taking an enforcement action or
Yes.
something like that.
Yes.
Nothing in this past year. And we're early in the process. Typically, council will approve them, but there's still the administrative component. The licenses themselves aren't issued until all administrative components are satisfied. The action you take tonight would just authorize so that it didn't have to be dealt with at the last meeting in December or
So
something.
you make sure that they have all their...
Yes, everything must
their
be in order
insurance
before
and all
it's,
that
yes.
stuff. Okay, that's all I have.
Okay. And so on the agenda, item 6C will become item 7A under council business. Item 7 will be business. Item 8 will become reports, and item 9 will be adjournment for the change to the agenda. With that, with the acceptance or without item C, the chair will take a motion to approve the consent agenda as submitted.
So, so moved. Oh, goodness.
I'll second.
Motion by Merle, second by Bill. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Moves on to item 7A, Resolution 2102, authorizing acceptance of a monetary donation from AgStar Fund for Rural America to the Ambulance Department.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on that, Robbie. The amount that's given to our different organizations should not be important. They all are important to us. They're all appreciated. But this was a fairly large sum of money, and I just thought we should do a little extra job of recognizing and thanking them for that donation. That was it. I'll make a motion to accept that.
Okay.
I'll second.
Have a motion by Leroy and a second by Merle to approve the resolution Just for the folks at home who may not know that, AgStar Fund for Rural America chose to make a charitable donation to our ambulance service. As a result, the AgStar Fund embarked a check for $3,000 that's going to be used by the ambulance service towards the purchase of a Massimo Rad 57 handled pulse CO oximeter, and the cost of which was not otherwise in the budget. So we want to say thank you to those folks for that donation. At this time, if there's no other discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. That moves us on to item 8A, reports. Tom?
I have nothing.
Chief?
Oh, there was something, but now I can't remember what it was. Merle distracted me. It's kind of early, but you're right, Halloween will be coming up. Trick or Trot, that's what it was, the Trick or Trot. I just want to remind people that on Halloween, the Chamber is sponsoring the Trick or Trot again. For that, we will help us facilitate getting people across the intersections. So there will be short, traffic delays. We try to time it with the lights as best we can, but, there may be some interruption. If you wanted to consider an alternative way around downtown that day, feel free. Usually by 5:30, it's all done. Starts at 4, I think goes till 5. And then, of course, we have Halloween events or trick-or-treaters out in the evening, so just remember to watch for very excited sugar-filled children running all over the place. That's all I have. Thank you.
Ron?
Quickly, ambulance update. Interim Director Guthrie's doing a really fine job with the service. Update on staffing. The paramedic that you approved will be starting on November 3rd, and the posting for the ambulance director will be going out tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. We noticed it that the position would be open until filled, but priority would be to applications received by November 10th. Thank you.
Merle?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just a reminder for everyone, our next council meeting, because the election will be on the 12th of November. My only question is, we will still be having our regular meeting the following week?
Yeah, I believe I was gone when you discussed that, I think, at that particular meeting, but I believe that was the decision.
Yep.
And remember, everybody go out and vote on, was that November 4th, I believe?
Yep, we are.
Leroy?
As long as I got Tom here tonight, what about last weekend there, they kept the bridge closed all weekend. Is there any chance they can just open that up on weekends when they're not working, or?
I think in talking to the contractor, their hope was it'd be done this week, and that may be open by week's end, but it's something we can revisit on Friday and open it up over the weekend.
Right, I don't think they were working last weekend, but no, just something to think about.
I think it was just a safety precaution because there was such a drop-off on the edge of the road and some cuts in the road, and I think it was just a
Okay.
safety precaution on their behalf.
Yeah, better be safe than sorry.
You were referring to the 3rd Street Bridge, correct?
Yeah. That's it, thank you.
Okay.
Nothing.
And I have nothing this evening. These two folks came in late. Did you guys want to address the council on anything, or?
Yes,
Come up to the microphone. And give us your name and sign in there for us.
yeah. So, thank you. My name is Chad Fleming. I live here in town. I've been in town for about 5 years. I work for Mayo Facilities. I'm an ICU nurse, med-surg peds nurse. I was the gentleman that was involved in the accident with the police officer yesterday. I got a call from the insurance company that's representing the police department, and they have decided to pay for the damages to my car. I was issued a citation for failure to yield, which I will be going to court over. I guess my concern would be is that that's a high traffic area, and you know, because an officer pulls to the side and has his lights on, that does not give him the right to just drive, do a U-turn when they want, or not obey the rules of traffic. It could have, I mean, thank God I was going at a slow speed, otherwise it could have, you know, could have been bad if I had my child or so, you know, in the car. Okay, so I guess I just want to address that. Your thoughts?
I guess I would ask Jeff, can you address this issue?
Well, I guess for council's information, you may or may not be aware, you know, as a standard practice, I don't think the city administrator, you know, sends out information to full council involving accidents or anything. There was an accident yesterday morning. Per our policy, whenever there's a squad involved in any accident, we have another agency handle the investigation. In this case, it was handled by the Minnesota State Patrol. And the investigation of that, from what I understand, got a copy of the accident report this morning, was that Mr. Fleming was cited. Whether, you know, I agree with that decision or not is pretty much irrelevant. You know, that's the trooper's investigation. It's not for me to interfere in one way or the other. I did talk with the insurance company today. I was unaware that they've decided to pay claims. I know that when I spoke with them, he said that was one of the things they were considering, but they wanted to talk to Mr. Fleming and, you know, get some more information before they made their decision. I just haven't heard anything back from them. So relative to, you know, any actions that we would take with the officer, I guess I really wouldn't be at liberty to disclose, you know, discipline actions. Statutorily, I'm prohibited within the data practices and the peace officer Bill of Rights from going into details.
So what is the normal, you know, the SOP on when you got the lights and the sirens going and there's traffic? What's the general rule of the road for you?
Sure. The statutory rule would be for covered within emergency vehicle operations. With the emergency lights on, squad cars, ambulances, fire trucks all have a greater privilege than motorists would in being able to do certain things. But with that, they should still, you know, be driving and exercising due care. So in this situation, again, back to the, you know, the components of, you know, that I'm prohibited with statutory restrictions, I can't talk to the specifics of, much as I told Mr. Fleming that day when I spoke with him. In the broad general context, I can't disagree that, you know, if a squad activates its lights, pulls over, most people wouldn't think that they were probably pulling somebody over and would proceed past in a slow manner. And I think in this case, that's probably what was done. Unfortunately, the officer was pulling over so that they had enough room to make the swing on State Street to go after a violator that they had observed.
Okay. 'Cause I know there's a little more concern because, you know, unfortunately, this past summer when we had that, you know, tragic accident, this comes a little more to the forefront now, and that's concern for everybody, including yourself.
Yeah, I guess the problem I have is, and he was not there when we did it, and we talked and that. I guess the problem I have is When I got out of the car, the officer stated, and I don't mean to swear in the council, I was riding his ass. Well, the thing is if I was doing that, how did you not see me? And why did you turn into me? So he became on the offensive towards me, and I was like, well, what the hell are you thinking, basically? I'm sure I used other words than that. But, my point is like, if I've lost respect for our police department, because if he's going to get out there and, fabricate things, how am I, as a citizen of this city, how am I supposed to react to that? If they're going to fabricate what they need, that it gives me no confidence in this police department. And I know it's just one person, but it reflects the entire, if I was to lie as a nurse, I could lose my, and I'm not looking for the guy to lose his job. Don't get me wrong. I don't even care if he gets suspended. That's not what I'm looking for. It's just that I'm saying that I've lost respect for police officers in general in this city. If they're going to fabricate what they need to fabricate, who am I supposed to, they're supposed to be the most honest. And I kind of feel like that's not how it happened. I was really actually disappointed to hear I even got a citation for failure to yield, because as a nurse, I see what happens. That's why I think I got a good chance against it. But I guess I'm kind of rambling here, but I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed if with the way it was handled.
What are you looking for?
Huh?
What are you looking for?
I just wanted to bring this towards the council that, I think it needs to be handled better.
And what can we do to handle this better?
Well, I guess I just want to, he's part of the council, correct?
Actually, I work for the
really.
council.
He works for the council.
Okay.
What
well, see it-
I think we should probably do is find a time for yourself and the chief to sit down and go over that aspect of it, maybe even.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a little confused. I certainly understand the emotional side of this for Mr. Fleming, but we specifically bring in an outside agency so there aren't issues of fabrication. The officers, reports and stuff are written in the context of what the officer thought, but we also provided the trooper with the video from the squad car. I don't know where there would be an issue of fabrication. And candidly, I take affront to that.
Oh, okay.
I take the ethics of my department very seriously, and there is no way I would condone any of my officers fabricating anything. I have not watched this video because it was still an active investigation until I got the accident report. I've just had other things I was dealing with today. But if the officer made any sort of disparaging comments, it would be on the video.
Okay. Well, I guess there you go then.
I haven't gotten to the point where I'm able to fully do that side of what I need to do yet. But that's because no matter this incident or any other incident, we would let the so to speak criminal side happen before anything would happen on the internal side, and that's just a protocol that we follow within our policies for some very specific reasons. But I'm more than willing to meet with Mr. Fleming or his wife relative to this. Again, we exert no influence on any other agency, and that's why we bring somebody in to write it. And as I stated, whether I agree or disagree is really irrelevant. If there was a decision to make a citation, that was made by the trooper, not by anybody within my department.
Yeah, we have to really just wait until the investigation runs its course, and then we can determine if what Mr. Fleming said about
The disparaging comments.
Yep.
comments used, then we can address that issue at that point. But until that's concluded,
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like, his story changed. I don't know, I don't know what I'm saying.
This is all good. It's good you brought this up to us. This is what we're supposed to do.
Okay.
So, I've known Jeff now for I don't know how many years. Jeff does a great job. I can go to Jeff and talk to him about anything from domestic violence to whatever is going on out there. So I know Jeff has this caring side. I know when something like this happens, it's a very adrenaline rush thing. Emotions are high. Things are tense. And nobody's perfect out there, not you or not the office.
I know that.
But I do sit here and have the confidence that Jeff will address this with you. And I also want to thank you for coming and bringing this up, because this is a concern of yours, it needs to be dealt with, and we want to deal with it. So Jeff will talk to you about this. I know all the council has the confidence in Jeff. I don't know about the legal standpoint now that he's involved, what he can say and he can't say, and he'll fill you in on that.
Yeah.
But I also understand your concerns about nowadays, everything is about credit and your record and all this stuff, and everybody's insurance, as soon as you get one speeding ticket or something goes up, and I understand your concerns, and I really feel that Jeff will work with you through this.
Yeah, and the legal side of it, that has nothing to do with Cannon Falls PD. That's just me going against the state trooper. So I'm not saying that. I guess what I was saying is that I just had concerns, I guess. That's why I brought it to your attention.
You know, the one thing, Jeff, where did this happen? Did this happen on 20 or 24?
No, this would have been just west of State and Cedar.
Okay. Because one of my questions for you for the next police commission meeting is I don't understand why the traffic has gone up so much on 20 and 24. I don't get it. It seems like it's doubled to me. And I don't quite know what's going on here, but that's for another time. But I probably would have better understood this if it was out probably interstate lumber out in that area. The way the traffic is getting crazy here sometimes now. So that's for another time. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Anybody else? If not, Chair will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?